Okay, we're back. We're back, and it seems like, oh my god, this is so random. But you might remember from the last play session, everybody died, man. They're dead. They're fucking dead. I went back and looked over the footage that I had, and I don't think that the audio is too screwed up, so that's good. It's gonna be so hard, man. I think it's worth it, but 100% this is a playthrough that I think probably I should have streamed. So what I did, oops, my mic, my back, my pussy, and my crack. 2 communities tonight. That's all I'm willing to do. Once they're dead, they're dead. I've got a new strategy: driving, making coffee, hygiene. I've built 2 communities that are set up like this already. This one and another one for when this one probably dies. Dominique will be our hero of choice with 145 stamina. We got a little lucky on that one. Hygiene, though, that's the new one. Hygiene is, let me pull it up. Very good. I'll tell you first, I'll tell you what's a 50% infection resistance community, 10 max health community. So yeah, she doesn't even have to be our hero, but that's going to be a huge help. And making coffee is minus 25% fatigue severity. So I said I've learned a little something with every single lethal playthrough. Sorry, it's making me want to write that down. So I think I said that literally just shooting stuff was what I learned in the vanilla playthrough, or Homeland. Homeland was learning how to shoot stuff and mitigate missions. And I would say the Afflicted was, you know, crafting. Definitely crafting, but that was kind of going to be my strategy anyway. I don't know, it's not coming to my mind right now. That doesn't matter. I will say I made a note about something I did remember. I'm just looking for the right moment to bring it up. Let's start this. This is going to be hard. This will be a great playthrough to stream. That's obvious. I'm recording at midnight again, though, so that's still what's going on there. Providence Ridge is always going to be the map, and I'm starting to come up with like a strategy. And so I'm working on a guide, too. I've been working on it. I kind of wonder if they say what actually killed you last when they have this little discussion. Sometimes it's bloater, sometimes feral. Most often a feral, but they actually said bloater when I started the last one. These playthroughs have helped with the lethal guide, though. Like, I think that that guide, I hope I can keep it under 10 minutes, and it's actually going to be useful. And what I was trying to connect that with was, in this one right now, the lesson has been, I think that this is actually a group of people that is worth starting a lethal playthrough with, regardless. Now, I wish, of course, that they had, say, knowledge of medicine. You do get knowledge of cooking, but I'm pretty sure driving does not actually include. Okay, minus 25% fatigue severity is really nice. I'm pretty sure you can't make toolkits. That is amazing. And it's rare as shit. This took me way too long. Excuse me, to get going. Man, I warmed my voice up, lemon water, the whole thing.
Like senior year, I tore my rotator cuff right before state fast pitch finals. I was so crushed I could barely watch.
Oh, fudge.
Now I'd give anything to have that.
Now I'm eating rotten lemons. She's about to get a negative trait. Somebody just got a negative trait. I heard them talking. Weird that they didn't. Someone tore their rotator cuff. But they don't get easily upset about it, though, so it might become a positive thing. Wow, a toolkit at the beginning. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to get down to a strategy, and the strategy's already Warlord and Trader. Driver. Hygiene. Making coffee. And then I haven't really figured it out too much from there, except for the whole speed run thing. You got to get kind of lucky. I will say of the last playthrough that that got screwed up. I was being pretty reckless because we did get pretty darn lucky during it. We found the freaking Preppers 22. We found the like Raider bootleg AK with the suppressor, and I'm nearly positive we had Words of Wisdom, and we got a heavy weapon early too. So pretty crazy. Now something that's gonna suck as we go along here and develop our strategy, and I think that the record is 5 hearts. We need to start counting those. I will say actually first, this is a totally unique playthrough. There's a lot of people who have tried the whole like lone wolf thing, but they're clearly using a very, very heavily modified character, and everything kind of goes. You know, they give themselves a car. They have a character that was a lot like Oz was, except even stronger in many cases. DK, Donkey Kong. DK, Donkey Kong. And what we're doing is totally different. Having to run, or choosing to run, new people on a fresh community. Sorry. In a fresh way. And having to do our legacy by ourselves. I don't really think I'll have anything left to prove if we can do this, and that's what's motivating me to do it. Because if I do manage to pull this off, it'll feel like I did something in the world of State of Decay that is fairly significant as far as challenge is concerned. Okay, so this is like good, but it'd be even better if we could. I don't want to just waste these communities either. We got to go fast, but I got to be slightly less reckless, because I'm pretty sure the last community we had Words of Encouragement. I'm probably all over the place. It's been a couple days since I got to record. I ended up having a really long day Sunday and didn't get to it. And then, yeah, so it's like been a couple days, and after it's been a couple days, for some reason, my thoughts kind of come out in a giant blur, and then I don't know what to say next. But we'll get it down. We got to be quick, but not hurry. One of my favorite pieces of advice in sports: be quick, but never hurry. So that's what we got to do. Whoops, that was loud as hell. I need to actually change characters. During this first section, I wonder if it's all right to just sort of like use this person. I guess I don't know. I think it's like, it should be whatever character we use to kill our first heart, that's the character. And that would just save us some initial stamina debuffs, you know? Is your first base ever in plague territory, I wonder? Now we'll see if we got lucky with the warlord thing, but that seems pretty sad. It's always that 50 cal and a few ARs.
What have you got for us?
Sure.
I mean, I don't see why not. It's 50 rounds of 5.56 if anything. They could buff that so easy just to make that a permanent enclave. They make that a permanent enclave and we good. Is Beth gonna be our person?
Hang in there, okay?
No, it's Dominique. Alright, so it's here in a little bit we're about to switch over to permanently Dominique. But what this does by allowing us to this could be
Let's make a deal here.
a slippery slope, because I love the idea of getting to use a different survivor. In fact, this is always doable, a lot more doable if we could just switch. If we just considered each run to have 3 lives, especially because hygiene, which I think is going to be a requirement, it's taking me quite a little bit to like get that to roll for some reason. Oh, this can't go off a full auto though. Okay. Hearts was a big thing. Do we... Did anyone have a heavy weapon? She had an 8 backpack. That's nice to start with. I'll definitely take that. Oh, we're gonna deck everybody out. You know, actually, she can take... Is this the 51? Wait, I don't want to give her that. I want to take this. She can equip this. She can take this, this, and this. So Dominique is about to be the one we play. It's a slippery slope in the sense that what I could start doing is just avoid the heart to begin with altogether and take these characters out until they become hero bonuses. Now, it might just become
No more zombies.
an even bigger waste of time, to be fair. Because I might spend all this time building up the heroes and avoiding the hearts, and the difficulty's gone way up, and then the next 2 missions I go out and I get them killed. The biggest thing getting us killed is just blood plague in general. It's us getting infected and getting infected so deeply that we don't even have the time to get back to base. And even if we did, not really having the means to craft cures, consistently get cures. So it's trouble. And it's getting us in a lot of trouble. And the next thing is ferals. Ferals and getting overwhelmed. But it's just always blood plague. We're not actually dying to like a juggernaut or a zombie ripping us in half. It's always we're infected. That makes us run slow, and then that just makes everything else fall apart. And we also keep consistently killing. How many this time? 4. That one time we had 3 too. We had to kill like 5 hearts though. Or whatever his name was. I'm trying not to get connected to these characters. And I think that's going to be the big thing that starts to slow me down is I'm going to feel like I need to smell the roses enough to build the character and to have some resources. But if I go too slow like I did 2 attempts ago,
Everything's going smooth
then
over
it
here.
is too exhausting. Because we had looted this whole top section of the map and then got that guy killed, and it was all a waste. And I thought, okay, I'll just go super slow, right? The strategy has always been that I needed to go fast enough that we didn't have the difficulty reach such a level with an exhausted character that it just wasn't possible anymore. And that's been my strategy. But if I go too slow and then lose the character, it's tough to do another run that night because it just is too tiring and it takes too much time and it's too disappointing. But on the other side, if I go too fast like I went the last time, then then I don't stop and use what we have going for us. In that last playthrough, we had quite a bit going for us. I don't even feel like running this shit back because, again, we're not that connected to these characters. Not yet. So I think hitting the gun stores, hitting the loot caches, that's going to be a definite. We want to start getting that down to a faster rhythm. This is on lethal, right? Oh yeah. It's kind of weird. It's been less than normal. Usually when you first start a lethal playthrough, there's like 7 screamers, 2 bloaters, and a feral just waiting for you just to say, oh yeah, I thought you'd try to do lethal, did you? If Providence Ridge is the best starter base, it has the worst location. That's how they've apparently balanced it, because there's just not many material places close to this thing at all. In fact, in all of Providence, what is the biggest, I wonder... material cache? What part of the map? Like with Homecoming, I know that it's pretty even for one. And then
Can't do it.
from there, probably Marshall. I mean, Marshall has that one little suburb. It's like an annex. It's a cul-de-sac. Excuse me. That area's always got. Always got. What, 2? I think there's 2 construction sites up there. Excuse me, man. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Tell you what, though, I do not know that I should be drinking that water because it tastes like it's tasting like them lemons are. They've had better days. I think that those lemons have had better days. Apparently, my throat has too. Was doing pretty decent there for a little while. Wore my voice up and everything. Damn.
Okay, we're zombie free.
But Mr. Frog has returned. Must be a way to push through.
Oh look, I'm finished up here.
One rucksack. This is where we always have been finding it too, and maybe there's something I'm not seeing that with some more playthroughs I will see. She didn't get behind him. Which means I didn't get behind him. Whoops. I'm not playing the bad music though. Things are oddly calm. It's
Need a break.
putting me on edge. So as I continue not to stream, my continued goal is going to be backlog. Until I can get back to streaming. As soon as possible, of course. But yeah, this is oddly calm. Jesus criminy. What is going on? What is going on? This is the best I've seen this look. I don't know that it's fundamentally different though. But on my TV, where it's usually murky and foggy and stuff, did they actually release a hotfix? Because there's no way they're back in studio. This looks a lot more like what I would expect Providence Ridge to look like. The draw distance is a little longer. Was I just away from the game for a couple days and that made it like work again? Also, he didn't run away. The last time we played, man, oh man, I'm sorry. It's just going to be like that. We checked out the fire tower. We did the scouting and then he just started running away.
It's time to get building.
He actually like hung out this time.
Workshop or an infirmary would be a good place to start. I'm glad we're
Oh,
already
here's one of our strategies.
got into something real.
In fact, I guess I'll write this down. And the thing I want to talk about is a movie called After the Dark. I've mentioned it a few times. After the Dark is this thing where it's a philosophical movie and they try out different group compositions underneath a bunker at the end of the world and see which group could actually make it to start to repopulate humanity. And it's really interesting. And it reminds me, playing with these kind of weird characters, hygiene, driving, and making coffee, of that film, because it's actually the group that you expect, you know, an engineer, a farmer, a soldier. These are the kinds of people, a doctor, that you expect to make it through, right? Okay, I need to switch characters now. Then it's Dominique's playthrough. This looks better though. Did they release a hotfix? Like, did something go wrong with update 28? It also feels better, the difficulty. When update 28 launched, especially in our Homeland playthrough, the difficulty was crazy. Stay at starter base for a while. That's kind of what we have, isn't it? I mean, we know our group composition, and we know that we want to try to move as fast as possible. That's at least still the going idea. From there, we didn't get lucky with a heavy weapon. I need to grab the other girl's backpack. Where's she at? Where are you at, other girl? In here, resting? Oh, it shows her right over here. Oh, there she is. Lupe? We were Boogie Grandma? No way. She's eating some beans. Cowboy, she's tough. Okay. Yeah, doing the opening stuff with whatever character we start with, I don't think that's gonna hurt, but obviously I can't take it too far. It's not like it changes anything. Wait, that's not enough stuff to get them to a hero or anything. But it does give this opening character a few more moments of respite before the fatigue settles in to a permanent ebb and the ticking clock really begins to tick away. It's a small thing, but I think it's going to be a useful thing. Now, if I wanted to make this, or we wanted to make this playthrough more realistic, like, hey, other people should try this, it's really fun. Simple. Go in the community editor and give your community locker a whole bunch of shit. Give yourself, I don't know. We should make it so that it's not like so much abundance that it's stupid. But at the same time, you get quite a bit of abundance.
That screamer could bring a lot of trouble.
I think 20 bloater gas bombs, 10 C4, 50 cal with 30 shots, a couple good guns, and a heavy weapon. And you get, let's do 5 med kits. You get 20 Adderall, you get 30 monsters, and that's that. And oh, and strong painkillers. Let's give people like, I don't know. Let's say very, very weird sounds in the headphones right now. Let's go with 35. 35 strong painkillers. It sounds like there's one in here. I almost wonder if that's an Easter egg of the of this map. Dude, there's one in here. It's in the headphones. I can hear it, dude. Once I get talking for a minute, maybe my voice will finally clear. No gas though. That's literally, oh, there he is. Now the game's making sense. There's a trick to this that I still don't understand, apparently.
Gotta finish this.
But what I saw on YouTube, it's an Indian guy, and he makes a bunch of guides for State of Decay. And what he does is he hits them once. Hits them a bunch of times, rather. They do that jump back and then flurry thing. And then he dodges like crazy. And then they come back in and he hits them like twice. And then it's out for the count. That's it. Its head, the crust comes cracking off.
More of the same. I taste blood in the air.
And he gets to finish it.
Plenty of plague zombies.
So it's something else to practice. At the same time, I've already hurt Dominique's chances by, I don't know, probably 25% to be generous. That's probably an overestimate,
Not my lucky day.
or an underestimate rather. Less permanent health, injury. Now I gotta rely on a med kit. So the only thing she has going for her is she has not lost her total stamina.
I got nothing.
So God bless you, Dominique, and good luck. Let's go ahead and talk to this group about getting some plague samples. Is it something else on this end? What's going on? I'm confuzzled. Maybe it's nothing. It's probably almost entirely in my head, but it does sound like I'm struggling to pop through. It was easier just to sit there and loot the trunk and not think about how I'm gonna have to stealth kill this. How this screamer is gonna have to be stealth killed. We're not stealthing all that good though. We're getting noticed a lot. I guess more stealth. That's something I noticed we're already naturally leaning into. That's probably going to be a part of this.
Hey, how's it going? The safest
Hey, how's it going, Mario? It's a me, Mario. It's a me, Mario. Wee, woo, wah.
is the territory around a plague heart. Those things basically infect their whole environment. It's pretty nasty. Or you could just destroy the plague heart itself to get a bunch of samples. That's more dangerous.
Yeah, but you know we're gonna do that, fool. I'd love to find a heavy weapon first, though.
This is a good way to make friends.
Let's hope this pays off. We could use allies out here.
Claiming the outpost early and often here. Oh, I had some stuff to trade. I didn't even notice.
Pay dividends.
God, we are so poor. Again, the Undead Labs method. Put a bloater around the corner and if there's a beer sign and some Christmas lights, yo, civilization exists right here.
See you later.
I wonder if you refuse this mission. We need the influence, so I'm not gonna. But if you refuse this mission, if it works like the doctors and the mechanics and all those guys, oh, and you just get a message like 20 minutes later saying, hey, sorry things couldn't work out. Now we want to be more than friends. We want to be besties. We want to be roommates, dude. The other group we have, hopefully we won't have to see them. We won't have to see them. We're sure of it. Look at this, frequent check-ins. I'm always on the radio, making sure that people have what they need, that any outside resources are ready to go. It's still a little murky, but this really is the best it's looked on my screen. But man, it looks pretty good on the Magewell, except for being so dark.
I've got to slow down.
Well, that would be fine if we had words of encouragement. Yeah, if we were going to make this challenge one that's like less just pure challenge and more fun, then I definitely think giving people a car and giving people some starter, like giving people a good car, like the Bandito or the Apocalypse Wagon or the super truck thing. I think I'm done drinking that lemon water because the old stomach's starting to be like, hey, what'd you put in me? I want to tell it nothing good. Just about 3-day-old lemon water. I don't think I'll be doing that again. Let's drop this ruck off while we're here. Best change that it took me too long to make. Not having my horn and the car lights assigned to the same damn button. And I think that the first, so like I say, 2 communities a night. That's what I'm going to limit myself to. And I also think that the first episode is always going to be, hey, we got this heart. And then the second episode is always going to be, hey, we're going to go try to kill like 5 more hearts in one go. If the character makes it through that, hooray. But at some point, I'm probably going to have to learn that, hey, you probably shouldn't try to do 5 hearts in a row until you're actually ready. And the only thing that's stopping me from saying, of course, why didn't I think of that before, is because every second that passes is less maximum stamina. And we are going to be up against that.
The sooner I get this done, the better. This could take forever.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Even with her big old stamina pool. That was weird. I was really hoping we found a shelf. These things, something's off. These guys' heads are popping before she actually does it. Yeah, well, apparently so. I'd say we're over 20 now. How much impact? Very, very little. Does it get weaker after the first one? I wonder if the game's taking mercy on me because it knows that I've lost like 4 communities in a row, including the epically strong Oz. Lost way before her time. There's definitely not a feral with this first one though. It's pretty much a freebie. It's a tutorial heart.
This is barely working. I need a new plan.
I should be counting these, but I think we'll just know generally if it's better. But the sharpness on the YouTube recording compared to the actual screen on the Xbox is really night and day. Where is it? Well, apparently the demo hammer, even though it effectively looks like a heavy weapon. Oh, that was definitely less though. So that first section is always the hardest apparently. Even though with a heavy weapon or with bloated gas bombs, it's still just one. And then you just have to time it out properly. I'm trying to get a throw in so we can just knock these guys down. I knew we had the extra snack. Oh, man. Here's the good news. We'll have the plague samples from killing this heart. I don't know that I've had to take a cure every time like this, though. Okay, Dick. Look how big that skull is. The skull of a giant in there.
But they're gone. This area should be a lot safer for us.
Is there ever just a cure in there, I wonder?
Drop this off soon.
That's not a bad find at all. It's a pretty good group. We needed a heavy weapon, to be fair, but not bad.